Gathered in this hall at Efrun, Delta State, are representatives of some oil multinationals, along with key stakeholders from their respective host communities, drawn from the Delta Central Senatorial District. The thrust of the forum is to sensitize the communities on the Chapter 3 of the Petroleum Industry Act, which dwell on the local governance structures to manage the 3% fund approved for host communities in the PIA.
The Commission is delighted to witness the implementation of the several sections of Chapter 3 of the Petroleum Industry Act, mandating the establishment of host community development trust for the purpose of enhancing peaceful and harmonious coexistence between licenses and leases and their host communities.
All of us were in this country when they implemented local content. We now have our brothers and sisters doing us the evil that people in Abuja are doing us. So I want to ask, what are the checks and balances?
There are great opportunities that you can create with that fund and build the necessary manpower resources before you begin to make the inward rules to ask for employment. But if you don't do that at the moment, all that you will end up with as communities will be entry-level jobs.
The interaction is robust as various issues, including delays in implementation, pipeline vandalism, and ensuring the integrity of the process were discussed.
It's all about the oil producing areas and bringing this back to us to manage our projects. Let us not be too emotional or sentimental at the community level. If it's not my child, if it's not my brother, no. Let's look for people who are really credible. That is where the integrity comes in. That is where the kind of people you recommend comes in.
We are being asked to become security guards for the oil companies. We are to ensure that their pipelines are not vandalized. We are to ensure that there is no disruption. And it's even wider than that. We are to ensure that community people do not express their grievance by way of protest.
The 3% is a right of the community, but then every right comes with an obligation. We are not saying that we should procure guns and all the rest to go and fight. But then your only obligation is what? Intelligent gathering. Surveillance. Because we all know that vandalism is not something that takes place overnight.
Despite teething challenges experienced presently, participants at the forum agree that the PIA deserved to be given a try.
I think what necessarily we should do, we try to see to give government and the settlers a chance to see how this whole thing will play out. The basic word is trust. We should have trust that this process will not only drive, but this process will come to fruition.
I want to assure you that with the resources that have been put in place to ensure that members of this trust are well sensitized, the Commission will not go to sleep to allow conflict to degenerate beyond what they can resolve. And at the end of the day, there will be a win-win solution. Those mechanisms of ADRO can never be fruitless.
Theophilus Agidi, Arise News.